Well, good morning, all of you. So we have seen the chair and board conformation of cyclohexane, and which gives two types of chairs and two types of boards. And the hydrogen atoms attached to the same carbon atoms are not similar; they are axial and equatorial. So, what are axial hydrogen atoms that we have seen? The equatorial hydrogen atoms we have seen. Now we will compare the chair and board conformations. So, the comparison of chair and board conformation. Chair and board conformation. Now, in both the chair and board conformations are not having any angle strain. Chair and board conformations, board conformations are free from angle strain because they, as the ring structure is puckered, all it obeys the tetrahedral geometry, and the bond angles are 109 degree and 109 degree and 5 minutes. But the in chair conformation, in chair conformations, in chair conformation, all the hydrogen atoms, all the hydrogen atoms of any two adjacent carbons are staggered to each other, are staggered to each other, and free from free from the torsional strain, torsional strain, free from the torsional strain, and so torsional strain is minimum. Torsional strain is minimum, means it's if free, means the strain free chair conformation. It is seen that the chair conformation is strain free, and so we can just draw the Newman's projection formula and see that all the hydrogen atoms, they are away from each other. And so if we see the chair conformation in which the hydrogen atoms are axial and equatorial, axial and equatorial. So here this axial and equatorial hydrogen atoms, they are far away from each other. They are far away from each other. And so the Newman's projection formula. So this is your chair form. And if you draw chair form, and if we draw the Newman's projection formula for the chair conformation, so we will see this as draw the structure of the Newman's projection formula, where these are the front carbon atoms. The circle indicates the rear carbon atoms. The circle indicates the rear carbon atoms. And so here, suppose here this is 2, 1 is rear, this is 2, then the 3 will come here, 3, then this is your fourth, fifth goes behind the plane, and sixth is here in this way. So here we will just can draw in this way. This is the conformation. So this is your 2, 3, 4, 5 is behind the plane, and this is your 6. Here 1 is behind the plane. And so here this hydrogen atoms, sorry. So here this hydrogen atom, this all hydrogen atoms, they are staggered to each other. They are staggered to each other. So this is your Newman's projection formula of your chair conformation. Newman's projection formula of chair conformation. And so in this C2 and C4 are front carbon atoms, and C1 and C5 are rear carbons in the Newman's projection formula. So this is your 4, this is your 2. One is behind the plane, means is the circle, it's rear carbon atom, and here the fifth is rear carbon atom. Means this is free from the angle strain. But if you see the boat conformation, in boat conformation, what's happening? It's free from the angle strain. Angle strain is not present because it obeys the tetrahedral geometry. Though it carries a high energy, though it shows high energy, and this high energy is contributed due to the that the C2 and C6, sorry, C2 and C2 hydrogens are eclipsed with C3, and in the same way hydrogens of C5 and C6 are eclipsed with each other, with each other. Means the hydrogen atoms present on the C2 carbon and C3 carbon, they are eclipsed to each other. C5 and C6, these hydrogen atoms are also eclipsed to each other. And the second thing is that the two flag pole hydrogen atoms, two flag pole hydrogens at C1 and C4 are called flagpole. There's two flagpole hydrogen atoms, C1 and C4. They are called as flagpole hydrogens. The hydrogen atoms which are uh, on the two carbon atom number 1 and 4, they are called as flagpole hydrogen atoms. As they repel each other. They repel each other because the space available to accommodate the hydrogen atoms is 1.8 angstroms, is 1.8 angstroms. The space available to accommodate these two hydrogen atoms is 1.8 angstroms, and the van der Waals radii of two hydrogens two hydrogen atoms is is 2.5 angstroms, and that's why creates angle sorry creates a van der Waals strain. It's called as your van der Waals strain. And so due to this strain, the internal energy of the molecule increases a lot. So how we can explain this too? By drawing the Newman's projection formula, we will see that the in boat conformation, this in boat conformation, if we draw the structure of the boat conformation, here these two hydrogen atoms, which looks like a flags on the boat, is called as your flagpole hydrogen atoms, and these hydrogen atoms, that is C2 and these are the hydrogen atoms which are eclipsed. Means here suppose this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So C2 C3 and C5 C6, these are eclipsed. C2 C3 and C5 C6 hydrogens are eclipsed with each other, and so there is a repulsion. And here the van der Waals radii of these two flagpole hydrogen atoms, here it's 2.5 angstroms, But the space available here, the space available between these two C1 and C4 carbon atom is 1.8 angstroms. Means the space available is very less and the van der Waals radii is very high. That's why they strongly repel each other. They strongly repel each other, and that's why the internal energy, the internal energy as the stability decreases, means here this destabilizes, the internal energy increases, internal energy increases, and the stability of stability of boat conformation decreases. And so here the total internal energy of boat conformation is 7.1 kilocalories per mole. So it's very high, and so boat conformation is less stable. So chair is more stable. Chair conformation is more stable than boat conformation. And so in this way we can see or explain. And now if you draw the Newman's projection formula for this boat conformation, so here this is the boat conformation, and if we draw the Newman's projection formula for this, you will get this type of conformation, in which again the all these hydrogen atoms, these are eclipsed to each other. And so here this is your, suppose C2, this is your C4, C1, 1, rear is 2, sorry, this is 2, then rear 3, here 4, again rear 5, and this is 6. So C6, C2 are front carbon atoms, and C3, C5 are rear carbon atoms. And so this is the Newman's projection of boat form. And so in this way, this boat conformation is less stable than the chair conformation. Then comes your next third conformation, that is twist boat. Twist boat, or to which you can also called as or skew boat conformation. Means if you just twist the boat, if you just twist, means this is your boat conformation, and here these are the flagpole hydrogen atoms, and here if you just twist, now twisting of the boat means here in this way. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 6. So here this is your twist boat, and in twist boat what happens, the flagpole hydrogen atoms goes away from each other. These flagpole hydrogen atoms goes away from each other, where they in boat conformation they are very close and cannot be accommodated, and whereas in flagpole hydrogen atoms they are going away from each other, and that's why the internal energy here decreases from 7.1 kilocalories to 5.5 kilocalories per mole. And so the twist boat or the skew boat is more stable than the boat conformation. It's more stable than the boat conformation. And the last one conformation which is possible in the cyclohexane, that is the fourth, half chair conformation. Half chair conformation. Half chair conformation. In half chair conformation, here when we say that the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and when this chair is getting converted into boat, when the chair is getting converted into boat, so this 4 tries to go above the plane, and when it tries to go above the plane, the fourth carbon atom comes here in this type of situation, and we get the conformation, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And so this conformation is called as your half chair conformation. Is called as your half chair conformation. Means in this what is happening, that is C2, C3, C4, C5 and C6 forms one plane, and C1 is above the plane, and so it is called as half chair conformation. And here the internal energy increases, and it reaches, lies about the torsional strain, here the angle strain as well as torsional strain, angle strain, torsional strain, angle strain, torsional strain, torsional strain increases, and the internal energy is 11 kilocalories per mole. Means here the internal energy increases a lot, and so in this way we can get the four different types of conformation, that is the chair conformation, boat conformation, twist boat conformation and the half chair conformation. And so we will see a potential energy diagram, potential energy diagram, or the relationship which we can explain the stability of the different types of conformations. And so here if we just draw the graph of the conformations versus the potential energy diagram. So when we get the chair conformation which is most stable, so the internal energy becomes 0. So here we get the chair conformation. And then when chair starts converting to the another chair, it goes to first of all half chair. Half chair means here the chair, when it is getting converted, it first of all will get converted into a half chair conformation in this way, and the internal energy will be more, that is 11 kilocalories per mole. 11 kilocalories. Then it gets converted into twist boat, and here the internal energy is 5.5 kilocalories per mole, that is twist boat in this way. And twist boat to again boat, here it is 1.6 kilocalories, here it is 1.6 kilocalories per mole. And this twist boat again goes to the, boat goes to the twist boat gets converted here, so here you are going to get a boat conformation again, and this boat will again go to the twist boat, that is in this way. So here this is your twist boat conformation, and so here this is the potential energy relationship. So this is your chair conformation, half chair conformation, then twist, then this is your boat, and this is again twist boat. So this is the energy profile diagram for the chair conformations or the different types of conformations of cyclohexane. So thank you very much. We'll continue in the next lecture.